Thanks, Tim. And so next we've got Lincoln.
Hi, everybody. I'm not a clinician. I'm a member of the public interested in a whole lot of stuff. So I've worked in complementary medicine for many years. What I see is a massive problem with the way that we're spending money in the health system, tax money, etc. In the US, and I don't think Australia is very far behind, 75% of the budget is spent on chronic disease, and it's growing. As you can see, in 1990s, a while ago now, though I still remember it, Australia spent in real terms today 50 billion on health. 3 years ago, it was 170 billion. The last 3 years, it's increased by in excess of 10% and keeping going. It can't continue. even the Diabetes Association, in some of the papers I'm reading, they're saying we've got to do something because we can't afford the diabetics we've got coming through. So the question becomes what is being done around the world and what can be done. This is, again, from the Australian Board of Statistics, saying if everybody was a normal weight, which is never going to happen, but certainly if we can move to that, then this is a health saving. This is a saving from the budget. Diabetes would go down 58%, stroke 22%. You can read the rest. Almost everything is affected by health. I think I've read recently, though I don't have the exact numbers, something like every kilo of body weight you have is the same as having 4 kilos of extra weight on a joint. So it's causing all sorts of problems. And it's something that's going to change. What have I done? Maybe kill it. So here's some research, and this is the area that particularly interests me. This is published this month for the American Diabetes Association. And what they're saying is that if you reduce the carbohydrate intake of diabetic individuals, then you can reduce dramatically the health problems associated with it. We've, for the last 60 years or so, maybe even a little bit longer, certainly a very long time, been in the belief that diabetes is a long-term progressive disease and can only be slowed down. And that was true until about 5 years ago. And over the last 3 to 4 years, there's a group, I don't think it's here, no there isn't. In the US, in California, there's a group that are using telehealth systems along with blood glucose monitoring, ketone monitoring. And they're, I think the last number, 60% of people reversing their diabetes over a 2-year period. So as a final slide, that was me in July 2013. I made a few changes. Easiest thing I've ever done. I thought I knew about health, and then I changed. So we've got a looming disease crisis. A solution is to find scalable, individualized monitoring and training using some of the stuff that's out there already. Blood glucose monitors. We've got machine learning now. I'm looking for anybody who's interested from the medical field. I think there's a very scalable thing that can be done. They're doing it in the States off an iPhone, some electronic scales, and a couple of Bluetooth connected devices.
Thanks, Lincoln. This is a cool one, and the one thing that I see, because it's so, there's multi-layers to this, and you point on education being one of the hows of that, which may not necessarily suit each individual. So one of the things through this process is potentially 2 things. One, looking at the specific chronic disease area, and how that behaviour changes, and then from that demographic, okay, what are the other areas to explore that could be more personalised? You say individual education, but education is just one factor.
Yeah, my comments would have been, you know, who are you going to target? Because you can't target everybody. Are you going to have a particular use case or a particular group of people? And really, it seems like you'll need to employ some behaviour change techniques and actually provide a really good value proposition for people to give up, you know, maybe the habits they've established over a lifetime through a platform.
I think a lot of that is, I think you're right, and the bottom line is if you've been diagnosed pre-diabetic or diabetic, or your GP or clinician is suggesting you might lose those toes, which is the reality for a lot of people with diabetes, then motivation comes easier. I think you've got a window of about 5 days, and if in 5 days people don't notice a change, they may revert back to what they're doing. But in that 5 days, in the States, they're showing people coming off all their meds, insulin, off insulin in 5 days. That's why it needs close monitoring. But it's happening, and it's being done in the States.
Thanks again. We're moving